While other YouTubers are busy starting a civil war over the minimap, I want to talk about things that have actually been on my mind about this Call of Duty. Let's get into it. Obviously, we've all seen the gameplay by now, and if you haven't yet, and this is your first time seeing anything about this game, please do not start with my video. I know it's a little unorthodox to tell people to get off your channel, but I'm not monetized, and hell, I could use the extra return view. I just want people to have their own opinions before listening to what I have to say as an extension of those opinions. Get it? Me either. Let's just continue. So many things could be being talked about right now by the few YouTubers who have actually played the game, but as I stated previously, they're a bit tied up at the moment. So I'm just going to talk about what I think is happening in regards to crossplay. I'm sure that none of these people have any idea what crossplay is in Modern Warfare. I don't really think they have any idea what it's going to be like. They just show up to these events and get herded around like sheep for a few days. So of course I don't expect any of them to be talking directly about crossplay. Yes, several of them have said, oh, it's like Fortnite. Others have said it's all crossplay all the time. That's what we have actually played. Others say it's opt-in only, while others just haven't said anything. So we're already getting mixed messages from people who have played the game, so until we get official word from Infinity Ward, let's just agree to stop putting out misinformation. In fact, the only official responses we've had about crossplay are that it's all working, it's all up and running at Infinity Ward headquarters, and also as hinted previously by Infinity Ward's producer, Candace Harris, Modern Warfare's crossplay will work similarly to Fortnite. Ever since then, every swing and dick on YouTube has been saying it's just like Fortnite and that the matchmaking is based on input device only, which very well may be the case here, but it hasn't been officially stated as 100% fact by Infinity Ward. So it works similarly to Fortnite. Alright, let's keep that in mind as we move forward, but I'm still curious as to how it's dissimilar to Fortnite. But okay, let's move on. If you guys recall, around the time of Candace Harris's posting in June and shortly beforehand, Sony had been going through an ordeal over whether or not to allow crossplay in Fortnite. I believe this article towards Call of Duty came out as like a buzz topic to catch Infinity Ward off balance. And Infinity Ward, they caught themselves pretty graciously. They said, yeah, of course we have crossplay between all the consoles. It's like that one Fortnite game you guys probably heard about. By doing this, Infinity Ward had put the preconceived notion in people's minds that, one, yes, there is crossplay, and two, it's similar to a game that is in good standing with the gaming community. In other words, they piggybacked off of Fortnite's crossplay fiasco to put themselves in a good light by comparing themselves directly to what is already seen as a good thing. While not really having to answer anything, their response is pretty smart if you think about it. But I still have questions, damn it, and I want answers. Until then, let's just make some educated guesses. Before we go any further, I just want to say that I am all in for crossplay. I am all for crossplay in any game, not just Call of Duty, for several reasons. The main reason being that it unites entire communities of gamers like never before. It's now possible for gaming communities and clans to consist of all types of gamers, not just one demographic or meta. I would love it if Call of Duty was just crossplay all the time, that's it, no option to turn it off, because why would playing with more people be a bad thing? Well, it's more to it than just that. Let's get into it. Crossplay, what does it really mean for Call of Duty? This is a question that I've been asking myself since June. With the addition of crossplay in Modern Warfare, it affects everyone more than just being able to play with some different people on different platforms. So for those of you who think, meh, I'll just turn it off, it has nothing to do with me, I have nothing to gain from crossplay, you are greatly mistaken. There are so many things wound up in crossplay more than just playing with other people. To better understand this, I'm just going to ramble on about what crossplay actually does and what it means for the development of Modern Warfare. I know this is going to ruffle some feathers, but if it wasn't a legitimate thing, PC players wouldn't be seeing host migration errors mid-game in Black Ops 4, so chew on that while I finish my spiel. With crossplay enabled, all matchmaking must be on dedicated servers, as playing peer-to-peer or quote-unquote listened servers is not possible cross-platform. This was primarily the reason why it took so long for many games to adopt crossplay. Besides Sony being a camel's ass about it, it's just because they needed servers. Both Team Blue and Team Green and Team Red mandate that it not be possible for peer-to-peer connection to be made via their customers for many reasons. Most of what I've been able to find and dig up has had to do with the EULA and privacy terms and conditions. You just can't be having the companies be at fault for breaking those contracts, and they had to make sure and cross the I's and dot the T's to make sure everything was all copacetic. So, playing on dedicated servers no matter what is a win-win for everybody. Let's just hope we can see a ping cap in those search filters. And this is where I have concerns as a PC player. Will crossplay benefit PC players? If they go with the controller-only method, like the Fortnite method, PC players would have the same amount of dead lobbies as they've always had. And I don't know a single PC player that loves Call of Duty enough to play with a first-person shooter with a controller. In fact, I made the same exact argument back in 2016 in my Gears of War 4 Thoughts and Impressions video, and it still stands firm today. PC players should not have to go out and purchase an additional peripheral device, an inferior input device, just to be able to find and play lobbies, while their console counterpart players do not have to give up anything or make any additional purchases. It just doesn't make any sense why any PC player would do that and give up the mouse and keyboard, the things we buy a PC for, just to use a controller to find games. That's not a viable option. Yes, PC gets a higher frame rate, and we paid extra for that. Yes, PC gets an FOV slider. Some console games offer an FOV slider. I don't know why you guys aren't complaining about this. Go beg the developers for that over a mini-map. That would make more sense in my opinion. You guys complain about map awareness, higher frame rates, higher FOV, all you want, but not a single one of you has stood up and asked for an FOV slider. Why don't you guys go beg the developers for that? It's one of the biggest problems console players have against playing with PC players, but I could go on and on and on and on about that topic, but I'll spare you guys that one. Fucking hell. However, if they go with the all-in or opt-out option, then hell yeah, it benefits PC players too. And I can't tell you guys how boring TDM gets after 8 years with the occasional good party playlist. I think having crossplay defaultly on is the best way for all players looking for all game types. Whether you're on PC or console, just leave it on. And to be real here for a minute, I gotta put out a PSA to our console players here for a second. I'm sorry, but I just gotta do it. Not all PC players are cheaters. You guys have been throwing shade at PC players for too long for no reason. In fact, COD on PC is the only way to play COD with anti-cheat, if you want to call it that, but it's the only way to play with anti-cheat. I've ran into more cheaters in PlayStation lobbies at my friend's house down the road than I ever have in my entire time playing Call of Duty. And I've played since Call of Duty OG 1, man. I'm Call of Duty 1 all the way up until now. Eat your heart out, fake COD tuber. But with COD being 100% server-based, it is much easier for developers to isolate and deal with any threats, be it on console or on PC. And besides, even if every single PC player was a cheater, there would not be enough of us to have one PC player in every single active Call of Duty lobby. It's just not mathematically possible. So let's all ceasefire until you've actually seen it for yourselves, yeah? It might come down to a PC player to clutch the round for you, so be supportive of your teammates, you fucking scrub. By the way, I cannot wait for a mouse and keyboard versus controller 50v50 event and finally settle this argument of who's really better once and for all. You guys feel me? Anyway, so another question I've been keep asking myself over and over again is, if a player opts out of the crossplay, are they still on dedicated servers, or will they be booted back to like the listen servers or P2P servers? And I thought about it, and the best case scenario is yes. It's likely that you will still be on servers since all the weapons use bullet physics, the game offers new lighting and shadow rendering physics and techniques. It's a lot of information to process, possibly too much for a single host machine to calculate at a quick enough rate to be perceived as a viable server connection. But it is Activision, so I guess we'll have to check back on a daily basis just to make sure. One thing's for sure, let's just all agree on that playing on a dedicated servers is a must when it comes to Call of Duty. There just is no substitute. There wasn't back in 2007, there definitely isn't now in 2019. I don't really think it fits the game's new MO of being the best Call of Duty that we've ever experienced. With the main topics out of the way there, I want to go over some mention-worthy benefits of opting into crossplay that really don't need me talking about it for too long. They kind of explain themselves. But one thing is everyone gets to enjoy a lobby text chat between each other with options for party, team, and all chat. Voice over IP presumably works fine, so you'll be able to voice chat as it should. PC has always had this feature to where we can always like text chat to each other and filter out content like bad words, stuff like that. Those are found in the game options. The PC has had this option available to them for quite some time. It's nothing new, so it's just no surprise that console gets it now. I'm glad you guys are catching up. Another benefit would be that dev teams don't have to be split up per different platforms anymore. All the platforms would essentially be on the same version of the game, which is simultaneously being worked on by all the devs, freeing up time, extra developers, resources, all to be focused on more content for everyone, which I think we can all agree on. That was a huge mistake and concern after Black Ops 4's lackluster Battle Pass. More developers, more time, more content, everyone's on the same playing field. That's what's really important to take out of that. So all in all, Call of Duty moving into cross-play model is more than just being able to play with other players on different platforms. It shifts the sands of development, allowing more stable connections on servers, better allocation of developmental resources, meaning more content more regularly for everyone. So next time you hear someone say something bad about crossplay, go ahead and share this video with them, and maybe they can start to see more than just the service. Until then, do me a solid and hit that like button. I think it does stuff. And also, if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button while you're down there, it also does stuff. But you have to make sure you push the bell icon next to it to be notified of when that stuff takes place. It's weird, right? Fucking YouTube. Anyway, I've been Rain, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.